We were just talking about this activist judge that's like, no, I want Venezuelan gangs here on American soil murdering innocent Americans. Now you have another United States federal judge, Obama appointed, who has ordered the Trump administration and Elon Musk to stop dismantling USAID. He says the effort to shut it down likely violated the Constitution. This is Maryland District Judge Theodore Chang, who granted a preliminary injunction on today to stop the administration from closing the agency. He said the court finds that the defendant's actions taken to shut down USAID on an accelerated basis, including its apparent decision to permanently close USAID headquarters without the approval of a duly appointed USAID officer, likely violated the United States Constitution in multiple ways. And then he went on to say, the actions not only harm the plaintiffs, but also the public interest because they deprive the public's elected representatives in Congress of their congressional authority to decide whether, when, and how to close down the agency created by Congress. This is just so crazy to me, the lengths that these Obama-appointed judges, in most cases they are Obama-appointed, will go to try to prevent President Trump and Elon, who they call the first buddy, which I think is so cute, from literally helping the American taxpayers. I would say that's 100% in the public interest, and they don't want it to happen. It's crazy to me. So now you have another roadblock.
No, we know this, right? We know, and this is part of the problem. And we've said this on this show multiple times about the way the left is very, very smart tactically about the way they go about things. You know, Obama, you know, actually Trump did it in his last presidency, his last administration with federal judges. He put a lot of federal judges in, which was very, very smart, right? Thank goodness for that. And then we got the Supreme Court.
Because Obama left a bunch of openings, if I recall correctly, before Trump came in.
Yeah, and I don't know why that was, but what the left has done successfully is they've taken over the schools. We know this. They've taken over entertainment. We know this, even though we keep trying to tell people you have to invest in the culture. It's very, very important. And so this is why, and they've done it with Soros-appointed judges, and there's a reason for that. And now they're completely weaponized. You see, this is just an example of what they're doing on a bigger scale. Like, what you're not seeing is all the other stuff that they're doing where it's not publicized, where they're letting people go. They're saying, no, we don't need to prosecute this, we don't need to prosecute that. And what I would like to ask them, if they're talking about something that is constitutional, can they please tell me how Joe Biden can pardon someone who hasn't been accused of a crime?
Great question. I don't think they'd have an answer for you.
Well, of course they won't. But what they're doing now, which is really great, and this is why we have to cement J.D. Vance in for the next 4 years, is that they are showing you who to get rid of. It's as simple as that. Like, I want more of them to come out with it. I want more of them to be more activists and be vocal about it, and they need to be fired, replaced, or whatever it takes to get them out. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Now, I want to throw in here to this conversation, and Eric, I'm sure you will have something to say about this. Within this conversation, you have Chuck Schumer, Senator Chuck Schumer, who was on one of these, mainstream media shows, and he actually said Americans are greedy because they want to keep more of their money, I guess. Watch.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, the land and water that I own, or my employees. They hate government. Government's a barrier to people, a barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. Yes. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
We are united. I'm not united with that. Read our founding documents, bro. That is not what this is supposed to be. The audacity of these people to act like this is just another, you didn't build that. Yep. You didn't build that. The audacity of these people to actually tell Americans they are greedy for not wanting to pay the federal government their hard-earned money, which it is, by the way, Chucky, it is their hard-earned money, to pay their hard-earned money to you to send it to Peru to fund drag shows is insane to me.
Man, look, I'm so glad that more people are becoming less fond of government because this is how they feel about you. Well, I appreciate Chuck Schumer coming out there, or whether he's on The View, and he's discussing this in the manner that he is. He's really just, saying the quiet part out loud, and that they act as if you are supposed to be submissive to them and whatever it is that they want. Okay, so your dollar that you earn isn't really your dollar; it's theirs, right? And they try to shame you into wanting to keep what you have earned, right? And this is, as I always call it, especially Congress, when you look at all the stuff that they vote for and have voted for in the past. It's a criminal organization. I don't know what else what other way to describe them, because they are actively selling off assets of the current generation and future generation and selling you into more and more debt. They keep even that money, right? The people that are trying to save their money, that money is getting actively devalued because of idiots like him and their spending efforts, right? So I support any type of cut. That's the easiest one to identify. Why are we sending X amount of dollars to not even X amount, it's quite literally billions. It's a lot of zeros, billions of dollars to these other countries for stuff that the American people do not benefit from at all. And it's like they want to continue to tax you more. They want to continue to regulate more. They want to make it as difficult as possible for you to be able to live a normal life for yourself and your family. These are people that are enemies of the people, right? And they're getting so arrogant because one freaking organization, or rather, whatever you want to call USAID, right? Whatever you want to call it, it shouldn't exist. It should have never been a thing.
Did you call it USAID?
USAID, yeah, that's what I call them. USAID, right? But when you consider all the gay shit they was funding, it suits it perfectly, right? But USAID, seriously, it shouldn't be a thing. Why is this a thing, right? And they're so angry they want to prevent it from shutting down. But it also shows the dangers of giving that, letting that government, giving them just the inch, because you see just how difficult it becomes to get rid of it. Once they get that stuff implemented, remember the Patriot Act was supposed to be so permanent, right? And here it just keeps going year after year, decades even. It'll continue to go. It's so very difficult to get rid of that stuff. There's no such thing as a temporary government agency or anything like that.
No, well, let me ask you a question. Let's see. Stephen, are you there? Can I invoke the great Stephen?
Of course.
Are you there, Stephen?
Yes.
All right. How much money does Chuck Schumer make a year from the American people? Is it $198,000, something like that?
I think it's 100. Well, do they get extra if they're in leadership? Because I think it's 175 for Congress.
I know
Maybe
that it was lower for.
Yeah.
Okay,
Here.
how long is it? This is just an experiment, live experiment, right? How much do they earn, and how long has he been in Congress?
Well, he's been there an eternity.
Yeah, he has, for sure.
How much is it?
Let's see. How much money do U.S. senators make? It says, it's 174.
Okay, so let's say he's been in Congress for 20 years. Would that be a fair thing? How long has he been in?
Oh my gosh, you're making me do my digging.
No, I'm
since 1999. Since 1999. Thank you, Stephen.
Okay, so that's going how many years? 26 years times by $149,000.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, but all right, do this. How much is
No.
what is
that's
Chuck
what I was going to
Schumer's
look at.
net worth?
Net worth is estimated, let's see. No way. There's some random website that says.
Don't look at those.
Yeah. 75 million?
That's insane. If that's
hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, because
Business
I wasn't
Insider.
very good at math at school.
Business Insider says 75 million. So
Hang
you
on.
got 174,000
crazy.
times 26 years. That's 4 million, and that's if you don't spend any of that money on anything. That's if you're not paying to live.
You're living in DC. You've got two houses, right? Because you got to be in DC. You got to be in New York as well as a senator from New York, right? I get that. I'm just going to say this now. I'm going to curse, so cover your ears. Who the is this guy to tell us about spending and keeping our money and that we didn't build it when he has literally built absolutely and only taken from us. Like this whole thing is the same thing with Nancy Pelosi, who has massively outperformed the stock market. And by the way, I'm not going to say who it is, but also there are conservative congressmen.
Dan Crenshaw.
Not saying who it
Pat
is.
McCain.
Not saying who it is.
I am.
Okay, and they massively outperform the stock market. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. And the people, I'm pissed off that Chuck Schumer is telling you that you, who started your own company from nothing, right, built on a grassroots movement, that you didn't build it, and this is worth $75 million when he's only earned $4 million is beyond me. And by the way, he's earned $4 million from us.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Exactly right.
Sorry, rant over. It's just, I came to America because this was the land of opportunity, right? That's why I came here, because I watched Rocky, and Rocky told me that if I worked hard enough, that I could be the world champion, or if I worked hard enough, that I could get somewhere. And these people are killing the American dream, and they're shipping all the money out, all while they get rich. Them all.
If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.